Hey guys, so I've created a half cut crease glam makeup look using all Tarte products. I've never done a one brand makeup look before, so here we go. So starting off with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, I'm just getting a little bit on the end of a brush and then I'm just applying this over my lid, and this is going to act as a base for our eyeshadows. Because this dries matte, this is a really good concealer to use as an eyeshadow base. Then I'm taking this Tartelette in the Bloom palette, which is beautiful, and I'm taking the shade Smarty Pants as our transitional blending shade, and this is going just through the crease and a bit above it, and you just want to keep buffing and blending this up and also building it up until we're happy with it. I'm then taking this burgundy tone shade from the palette, which is called Rebel, and this is just going on the outer corner. As you can see, I'm starting on the outer corner first, and then I'm just building this up through the crease. We're getting a little bit more like defining the crease, and as you can see, I just keep building it up and blending it out. This isn't going too high up whatsoever. This shade is going to be like our base for our cut crease. And then we're going slightly deeper and darker, and I'm taking the shade Leader from the same palette, and again just focusing this one more on the outer corner now, and then really going deep into the crease. This isn't going any higher than the crease, and the best way to do this is to kind of like tilt your head back and look down into a mirror, and that way you'll be able to get right in there. And you can see I've just built this up until it's really nice and dark. Then going back in with the same Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, I'm just getting some on a flat synthetic brush, and then I am just going to apply this onto the lid, and I'm really carefully just going to cut the crease, but only halfway on the eye, and then kind of just blend it out. For the lid shade, I'm taking this Tartelette Tease palette, and I'm taking the shade Crush, and just on a flat shader brush, I'm just applying this over the top of where we've cut the crease, so just over the top of that concealer. And this is such a beautiful shimmery shade, very glam, and I'm just packing on more until it's really visible. And then I'm going back into the In the Bloom palette, and I'm taking the shade Firecracker, which is like in between those two shades that we've used, so like in between the shade on the lid and then that deep burgundy shade, and I've just placed it in between the outer corner shade and that lid shade so that there's like a nice transition, and then just going back in and redefining the crease and making sure everything is nicely blended out, but we've still got a nice sharp cut crease. Moving on to eyeliner, I've got my Clay Pot liner, and this is a waterproof gel liner which I absolutely love. It's one of my favorites ever, and yeah, I'm just creating a really nice small wing with this. And once I've done my liner, that's when I can tell whether the eyes are complete, and in this case I don't think they were, so I just deepened the outer corner up slightly further, just a really small amount, with the darkest shade called Activist from the same In the Bloom palette. Moving on to foundation, I've got my Rainforest in the Sea foundation in the shade Tan Sand, and I'm just applying this with a damp beauty blender sponge, and I really like this, not only because of the shade, but generally I just like the finish of this foundation too. It's a nice medium to full coverage, very buildable foundation. And then for under the eyes, once again the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer is making, I think, its third appearance in this video. It's that good. But yeah, this is just going to conceal and highlight, so I'm just taking this underneath the eyes first to cover up any dark circles. Then I'm just taking this down the bridge of my nose, also on the top of my forehead, wait for it, Cupid's bow, and chin as well. Sorry, I was just trying to time it right. And of course you just want to blend that all out, and then again I'm just using my same damp beauty blender sponge. Then just to set that all in place, I'm using my Smooth Operator powder, and this is so light and finely milled, and it is really translucent also, so it works with all skin tones. It's fantastic. So I'm just taking this over the top of all of those highlighted areas, and then I'm just going back onto the eyes to complete them. So I'm just taking that same Rebel shade that we used earlier through the crease, and this is just going along the lash line, and I'm just smoking this out. And then I'm taking the darker shade that we took through the crease called Leader, and this is just going along my lower lash line, but not all the way along to my inner tear duct, so I kind of took it halfway, and as you can see I've kind of joined it up to that wing also. And then I'm just keep blending and buffing this out because I really like a blown out lower lash line. Then for mascara, I've got my Tarte lash paint, and this is beautiful for giving you full and long lashes. So I just applied a few coats of this onto my top and bottom lashes. I did apply some falsies off camera, of course they aren't Tarte, so I will leave the name of them down below for you. But moving on to bronzer, I'm taking this beautiful bronzer called Park Avenue Princess, and this just gives your skin the most gorgeous glow ever. Honestly, my skin has never looked so healthy. As you can see, there's a really nice beautiful sheen that comes with it, so I really liked it. And then to contour, I've got this Tarte's Pro Glow To Go palette, and I'm just taking the dark contour shade to contour my cheeks and just define them, and then also just taking that onto my temples again to just add some structure, and down the sides of my nose and at the tip. And then going back into the same palette, I'm taking the highlight shade from it, or one of the highlight shades, and this is just gorgeous to die for. Oh my god, so I absolutely love this, and I just built this up until I was happy with it, taking it on all of the high points of my face. For blusher, I have my Captivating blush, which is a really nice beautiful peachy shade. I like to take my blusher onto the apples of my cheeks and then kind of back into my hairline over the contour, so all of it just meshes together and you don't have like stripes along your cheeks. And then for lips, I'm taking this lip paint in the shade Wannabe, and it's such a beautiful like dark chocolate burgundy brown shade. These lip paints also set matte but aren't drying at all. But guys, this is the finished look. I hope you have enjoyed it. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you did like it. Comment down below, subscribe for 3 videos a week, and I'll see you all in my next one. Thank you for watching. Mwah. Bye.